The Rusted Tea Box. Written by Estee Perchik Sery. Narrated by Dan Levy and Claire Glover. Chapter 1. Vienna, November 1938. Elsie. My eyes popped open. Night sounds always scared me. The house creaking, a dog barking far away, a horse and wagon passing on the street below, or men yelling curses. The slightest sound woke me up, but I usually found and hugged my Waldorf doll and dozed off again. But tonight's noises were different. A scream, then another. "Mommy?" I whispered into my pillow. I started shaking. It was so dark. "Mommy?" I turned on my side, pulling my knees up to my chest, stretching my nightdress down to my feet, and pressing my fists to my mouth. I was a big girl, almost 7. I couldn't call my mother in the middle of the night. But who was screaming outside in the street? Now I could hear men's voices, women's voices, more screams. People talking so loud, yelling at each other, fighting. I looked over at my little sister, 5-year-old Razele. When I had a bad dream, I'd usually crawl into her bed, but it was so dark in our bedroom now that I could barely make out the shape of her body. She was sitting up in her bed, rubbing her eyes. "Razele?" I whispered, my throat dry. I could feel my heart going boom, boom fast. "Was ist das?" I asked, as if she would know. When I heard another sharp scream, I sat up too. More loud and angry voices came from outside my window, up on the 2nd floor of our apartment. So close. It must have been even closer to my grandparents, Bube and Zede, who lived below us, on the 1st floor. "Mommy!" I called my mother softly, afraid to wake her, but wanting her with us. Razele started crying, so I got out of bed to get into hers and hug her, which I often did. She looked so scared. I was the big sister. I had to look out for her. Mommy always told me this, and I didn't mind. It made me feel responsible. I was older, 2 years and 2 days older. The floor was ice cold under my feet, so I threw myself into her warm bed. We clung together and listened. When she started to ask me a question, I put my finger on her mouth to keep her quiet. My heart banged all the way into my ears. Boom, 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 boom. Somebody else screamed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?